What's up, y'all? It's Lil So. I just wrapped up an interview with Everyday Game Changers.
Welcome to the Everyday Game Changers podcast. You will hear from everyday people in business, music, community, and more who are changing the game. And now your host, marketing expert, and personal branding specialist, Barion McQueen.
Welcome to another episode of the Everyday Game Changers podcast. I am your host, Barion McQueen, and we talking to people every day who's changing the game in music, community, business, and more. And today is no different. I got a special guest. You're going to love this guest. She popping. She bubbling right now. She got a fast trajectory from 2021. Lil So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So this is exciting. I'm not going to tell them how I first knew your name. But we're going to let that rock. But talk to me about like when you started in this music thing. Like what made you want to get into music anyway?
What started it was what happened? So me and my homegirls had went out to eat at Victory. You know Victory, right?
Okay.
In Miami.
Yeah.
And there was somebody who kept trying to like talk to me and you know,
right.
And I wasn't making music or anything
Right.
yet. Like that was not part of my plan at all. I had different things that I was doing.
Gotcha.
Like I was more into the beauty industry,
okay.
trying to open up a salon and shit. So this dude, he was like, I own a studio, just pull up. Like I want to see you. So I'm like, you know, we was bored.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck it. All right, we'll pull up, right? So he was like, y'all should record a song. I'm like, I don't rap.
Right.
And he was like, so?
Oh,
He was like, just rap, freestyle. So me and my homegirls, we just started freestyling and we laid it down. And they all in the studio like, hey, this shit gas. And I'm like, y'all lying.
Right.
You just trying to fuck. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding. But yeah, so then after that, we kind of like really liked it.
Okay.
So we're like, yeah, we gonna go back to the studio, but not that one, cause you know we finessed that one time where we can't go double back to that one, right?
Okay.
And I stopped talking to him that same night. I was like, dude, we had our recording time, bye.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry if you watching.
You gotta
this,
get him
right?
some credit then. He done sparked.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry, but you did that.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay. So how, around what time period is this? How long you been in this? Like.
That was like 1 year ago. Like
Damn,
literally a year ago. Yeah.
You
so.
really blew up in a year. So this is important, right? So usually when I talk to artists and people use the term like overnight success type shit, right? And then people like, yeah, it wasn't really an overnight success. I've been doing this shit 10 years.
Right.
But you really like in 1 year did a lot.
Yeah, a lot. But it wasn't just me. Like, you know, it got a
Talk
good
about
team.
it. Talk about it, though.
The team, my manager, like, who she know. Like, it just happened so like natural.
So how do you get people to believe in you that early when you just was so brand new? Like, how do you get a team? That's the hardest thing an artist could do.
It's the hardest
everybody
thing.
Want management and everybody want PR.
Everybody want it. And what's so crazy, from the grace of God, I got that shit so early.
Damn.
Because the more like I get into the game, I realize that a lot of people do not have that shit. And they've been working. Like I got people telling me, yo, Sophie, you gotta hook me up with your people.
Right.
Like I'm like, damn, how long you been rapping and you still don't have a team? I'm like, because at first you don't realize what you got until you see other people don't got
have
it.
That shit,
so I ain't realized how good I had it until I noticed nobody really have that shit right away sometimes, you know, unless you get lucky or you know, people really believe in you. So I appreciate my team like to the fullest, because they make that shit look.
So I get a lot of people that's just like, yo, can you manage me? And I'm like,
no,
yo, you don't even really fucking have nothing to manage.
Right.
Like, but I always stress the importance of like the inner circle and that team, really, like the photographer, the creative director, the management, like all that shit work together.
Yeah.
So when you think about like you have that experience, like you go to the studio, right? Then are you just like, yo, I'm fucking gonna do this music shit, like?
Yeah.
It hits you like that?
It hit me like that. Like, I liked it so much. And I don't know, it just felt like that's just what it was supposed to be. I don't know, it just felt natural. Like, so we all came in there ready.
Do you go back and like, all right, if I want to do this music shit, do I gotta like go study it and learn? And like, how's that process like?
Yeah, so it was just for fun at first.
Right.
Like, I didn't really think that it was gonna be a big thing.
It is, right.
But me and my friends, like, I used to book studio time without even asking them. Every night, I'm like, y'all, I hit up so-and-so. Yeah. I'm like, he said, come to the studio tonight, let's go. Every day, I'm like pushing them. And they're like, man, I can't do this and that. And my other homegirl rap too, like, she really good. But, you know, I'm telling them, like, just let it be natural. Like, let's just have fun with this shit. And then we all just kept getting better and better, and people noticing, and people coming inside the sessions like, yo, y'all hard. Y'all should be a group or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how it started. And then after I started talking to my manager, she wasn't my manager right away, obviously, but I've known her for years. And I told her, I'm like, you know, I'm ready to take a step. Like, I want to do something with this. I feel like I could do it, you know? And she was like, okay, let's do it. And then a week later, it's like, done. Just like that. That's how it happened.
Damn.
It's so crazy.
Sorry for the people who've been doing this like fucking 15 years and you still waiting. This is the stars aligning at the right time, at the right moment.
Time,
right. So keep at it and
don't stop.
So that's really dope. So how do you get to like, when you in the studio, what's your creative process like?
My process.
Like when you go in there, do the lights gotta be down? We know this shit gotta be in the building. I ain't never, first time on Everyday Game Changers, she got me on this Bel Air.
Yeah.
So what's the vibe though in the studio? You got candles lit, you got the lights low. What's your vibe when you go in there?
That sounds like another vibe. That don't sound like a studio.
I'm gonna tell you why I say that. So I went in the studio, I was writing for this singer, and she's like, you know, right before I sing, I like to warm up my vocals. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, you need some tea or some shit?
Yeah.
She's like, nah, I use Tabasco, and I put it in a mug, and she warm it up in the microwave.
What?
And it helps do something with her vocals.
Oh my God,
that's her routine. So I've heard some crazy routines.
Crazy shit, yeah.
Like I got a guy, he'll go to the studio, and when he go in the booth, all his boys gotta leave.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Okay, so you got something. So give me the vibes. I'm coming into a so-so session.
So-so session. For one, nobody coming.
Okay, it's you there.
I like to be by myself.
Okay.
I don't do good with other people in the studio. And
it's like added pressure?
Yeah, it's like too much for me. I got anxiety. Like, I'll be like, y'all need to leave so I could think.
Okay.
I don't like nobody dictating like what I got creatively, like what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Unless, you know, I make something and then people are like, I think you should do this a little better. And but the process of it, I get sidetracked when people talking, when people smoking, when people laughing. I'm like, can y'all shut the fuck? Yeah, I get mad. So I'm like, I need everybody out the studio. I like to listen to the beat and just write shit down, and that's it.
So let's talk about Better Life. We talking about beats.
Yeah.
How'd that come about, that song?
That was before I started doing music for real.
Really?
So like, yeah, that beat was from YouTube.
Oh shit.
So I just went, you know, when you first start rapping, you just on YouTube beats.
Looking for beats.
And I found that beat on YouTube. I'm like, hey, I can get jiggy with this. It's a nice little tone to it. It's different from what I was rapping before. We was doing straight drill music, like Detroit type beats. So I'm like, let me try something a little more flavorful, like different.
That's a vibe.
You know, so then I wrote that song in my car. I was sleeping on the couch. I'm a single mom, tired, working all day, doing lashes and shit. I'm tired, like I was in the Toyota.
Right.
And writing, it was like 2, 3 in the morning, smoking, drinking. I'm like so tired of everything at that point. And I'm like, let me write a song to this beat. I'm like, better life. That's just how I felt at the moment. Like, I just want a better life.
Speaking it into
I just want a better life. So yeah, that's how that came about.
That's dope. Cause so like when I hear Better Life, right? So that's the first record I'm introduced, right? Just Lil So, not Sophia that I knew, right? And then we go to the Go Ooh record, right? And then I get to Bad Attitude, and I can see the progress,
like even the timing.
Everything is just like I'm like, oh shit, she got to be out of here, like you know what I mean? I'm like, cause I've been in this shit. Like I got my first record deal when I was 18, right, with Epic Records, and then my second deal I was like 21. So like, I tell people when they come to this music shit, the people with the best work ethic always gonna win.
Yeah.
If I know a lot of fucking talented people, but they lazy as shit. They lazy as shit.
Right. You can't
get them in the studio. They too worried about fucking chasing girls and everything but the music. And I'm like, you a perfect example of, yo, you fucking just work hard from the muscle, consistency. And that, in 1 year, this shit blew up. I seen the blue check just come through. I'm like, these niggas is selling their first kid for the blue check. Like, she in there. So, So, I'm familiar. How do you meet Lunch from all of this?
Through my manager. She knew him.
Your manager price is going up.
Right. Like everybody, I always tell people, I'm like, man, I know the whole world.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck this girl, we go out, oh, that's my dog. Oh, I know him. I'm like, well, damn, bitch, you know everybody.
That's dope.
I don't know nobody. I'm in her side, like, hi.
And so, like, a Lunch, I don't want to say a Lunch cosign, because you still had to put the work in, right? But when you think LunchMoney, like, he's got some big fucking, I just seen his Taco Bell shit. Like, he got some big fucking records.
Yeah.
And I think when he came to the studio, we just chopped it up for a little bit about his records. And this was I think, before he dropped the Cheat record. So I'm like, oh my gosh, she really about to go off now. She got fucking Lunch. She was blowing up fast in 1 year. So when we expecting this So World project? I heard some snippets today and some bops on there.
Yeah.
It's like some bops on there. So what's that process like recording that? Like? You done it?
What?
It's done?
It's the first mixtape done.
It's done.
It's done. Now we just working on the second.
So when we getting that?
The first one?
The first one.
I'll say February.
Okay.
You know, we taking our time, but at the same time, we not taking our time.
Moving quick.
Yeah.
That's dope. Who's Lil So listening to right now?
Lil So.
What's in your playlist of like?
Who am I listening to?
If I go on your car and I click your Bluetooth, and then, what you listen on? Spotify? What you using?
YouTube.
You on YouTube? So what's your history looking like on YouTube?
My history. I'll say I like to listen to a lot of female rappers now.
Okay.
Just because now I'm a female rapper.
I got it.
So you got to kind of like see the sound.
And who you feeling though?
I like Lakia.
Okay.
I like Mulatto.
Okay.
You know, like the bigger artists
Gotcha.
right now. I like them because they fine. You know, they look good.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
okay.
and they know how to spit.
That's
so
dope.
you know, like I put respect on a lot of female rappers.
So we could see a little Lotto record.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I could see that. I definitely could see that.
That's dope.
Just give me
I'm sure your
you know?
manager could probably just call Lotto.
Right, she probably know Mulatto. Shit, that's probably her third cousin. I don't know. Shit.
Mel. So we got the record. So I really want to like get into like what's some of my Lil So-So's favorite rappers? Give me like what's your top five?
My top five. So I have to say Kodak for one.
Kodak one.
I love
okay.
Kodak. Lil Durk.
Lil Durk.
From Chicago. You know, I was born in Chicago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was born in Chirac, Chi-Town.
Okay.
I like Moneybagg.
Okay. Two more.
Damn, I'm trying to think. Who else? I don't know. I can't think right now. I'm trying to see. I like Lil Durk.
So that's guys. So you can say Lotto and them as females.
Yeah,
then.
like Lotto and I'll say Lakia.
Okay.
Those like the next two.
I
like both of them. And they young.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of people put a lot of respect on the OGs, but it's like, what about the newer rappers? You gotta show love to them too.
And I agree with that. Like, I don't want to call myself a journalist. As a person who loves the culture, right? So I'm a big Jay-Z fan, right?
Yeah.
But Jay-Z he's not even active.
Right.
So like I'm always trying to look for like
somebody who active.
Yeah, somebody that's active, the new thing, and see a lot of so on my timeline.
Thank you.
Content is A1.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, she must got like a photographer with her all the time. Her shit
my
is
manager,
like
she take
the photographer too.
She take the pictures, she edit the pictures, she post them, she do everything. I'm telling you.
So this is the problem y'all artists is gonna have. Y'all not gonna get a mail that's all of this rolled into one.
Nope.
Who do your styling?
Mel.
Get the fuck out. You serious?
Yeah.
For all your videos?
Not for all my videos. Like, we also use Pow Pow, which is also another dope stylist.
Okay.
Y'all make sure you check her out because she's amazing too.
Your stuff is like really high quality.
Yeah, that's how we gotta do it.
For you to be like, so like usually when you see a new artist, you progressively see it get better.
Right.
Your shit just started off better though, like.
Right, like the first thing was
like
hair, makeup,
I'm like,
stylist.
She like already moving.
Right.
Like
we were on set first video from fucking 7 to what?
How
late
was
at
that?
Night.
Filming your first music video, you was nervous?
Nah, I wasn't nervous.
You was just lit.
I felt good.
Really?
Everybody's energy had me like I'm not introverted. I'm extroverted.
Okay.
So like I get cramped up from other people's energy.
Oh, that's
so
good,
everybody there trying to like put me together. I'm just getting like woo excited.
That's
yes,
dope.
I was hyper all day. I was all over the place.
What's the next record we gonna hear?
Ooh, I got Wu-Tang coming out.
I seen the promo picture for this. This the one I've been waiting for. So if y'all haven't seen this Wu-Tang, I mean the hairstyling is fire. So that's the one I've been like low key like.
Yes.
The name is dope. So and then I seen the picture drop. I'm like, okay, that's
Wu-Tang different.
It's different.
It's different.
Tell me about that record.
It's just
who
different.
Produced
like,
it? Who's involved with making
who
that
made the
Wu-Tang
beat?
record?
Julian made the beat. Julian produced it.
Okay.
Yes, and he was the engineer and everything. That's my dog, Julian Beats, another legend.
Dope.
Lunch was there. Obviously, he helped me put it together.
Of course.
And yeah, that's just a banger. Like, it's not like regular rap. Like, it's different, you know?
Okay.
That's what we trying to do. We're not trying to make the same.
Some big shit.
Yeah, it's big. It's bigger than rap. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's
it's bigger than rap.
So talk to me about like how you get from Chicago to South Florida.
So I was born in Chicago.
Like young, you raised there, or you just was born there and bounced?
I was born there and I lived there till I was like 6, 7.
Okay.
So I did grow up a little bit there. Like I spent some time there. I remember a lot of things from being there. It was not a good environment for me.
Of course. Because
my dad was like, you know, in the streets.
Okay.
And then he got locked up.
Okay.
So when he got locked up and he got time, my mom was like, I don't want to be here by myself because it's not safe.
Gotcha.
Like, you know, the house getting shot up.
Oh, shit.
I wasn't even allowed to play outside.
Wow.
My mom just went through a lot of shit. So she was like, one day she got tired and was like, I'm packing my shit and we leaving. And you know, it took a long time to get to Florida because we was on the street. She didn't have a job. My dad was the one making the money.
Right.
So then my mom was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to call my mom. Cause my mom didn't want to call her mom and be like,
that's the last resort.
That's the last, cause you know, my grandma is a little difficult.
Okay.
So she was like, I don't want to go back over there, man, I got this. Cause she really left, you know, my grandma to go with her boyfriend.
Of course.
And you know,
now you
a third boyfriend, my mom.
Backtrack. She was like, I told your ass.
Yeah, she didn't want to hear that.
Of
like,
course.
I told you so. I told you he was gonna get, you know.
Damn.
So we had to go back to my grandma. She stayed in Miami.
Okay.
Right on Ocean Drive. We lived in this little ass dusty apartment. And I went to school over there for like a year, and then we moved to Boynton, which is in Palm Beach.
Gotcha.
So that's how I ended up in Palm Beach. So yeah, it's been a journey.
So when I see how fast you blew up, right? How do you manage being a mom and then being in this entertainment space? My sister, I'll give you a example. My sister got 2 little ones. My nephew is 4 and my nephew is 5 and my niece is just turned 3. When I FaceTime my sister, she looks so exhausted. She's like drained.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's early though. I'm like, yo, it's 10 o'clock. You look tired.
Because they be up at 6.
I already been making gingerbread mans and it's snowing up north now. I'm just like, she be exhausted. So how you balance
it's not easy
doing this and being a mom?
It's not easy, but when you have support, you know, like, I don't have a lot of family, but my mom is like my biggest support system. Gotcha. So really my mom be helping me because I don't leave him nowhere. Of course. I don't trust anybody. I see too much shit happen to kids too young, so I'm like, he not going with no randoms. Yeah. I wouldn't even leave him with my aunties and uncles. I'm not even close with them. Of course. They're like, leave him with me. I said, hell nah. Right. My mom is the only person who watch him. So she understands that I'm trying to like create a better life for him. So she understands, so she helps me a lot. So that's how I balance it. Gotcha. But how she feel about you getting in this music space? She was excited, or she was like, man, that's a crazy industry. What kind? How does she feel about it? My mom hated that I rapped. Yeah. Like, my mom was like, you should have been a gospel singer or like a doctor, a lawyer.
Like, nah, yo, I'm good. I got these bars, and she's looking at me like, son.
Yeah, like I'm good with my pen, mom.
Yeah. So like, how she feel about you being an artist?
At first, she ain't like it, but not for those like reasons. Like, she didn't want me to be a doctor or anything. Right. She seen what happens to rappers. So, you know, what happened to my dad and like people around us. And my baby father, he was a rapper and he got shot and killed. So she had kind of like PTSD from that. So she was like, but if you rap, you gonna be out there, people gonna try to hurt you, and like, I don't want you to get hurt. Of course. So that was her mentality. Gotcha. But after a while, I told her, I'm protected. Like, I pray. Like, I'm good. Like, we good. The people I have around me, they want best for me. They not taking advantage of me. Right. You know, like, they treat me like I'm their fucking child. Right.
Y'all see how we out here? We got these Bel Air bottles. When So come through, ain't nobody else got no Bel Air bottles when y'all came. I'm sorry, y'all. It's strictly water when y'all came.
Exactly.
We got chips, everything she need. We good.
Treatment. Okay, 5 stars.
So what's next? Like, we gonna drop the mixtape. Where you see yourself 5 years from right now?
I don't know. You don't know. Can't even see, because 5 years ago I would never picture myself where I'm at now. So I don't even want to say it because I don't know. Wherever the wind takes me.
Gotcha. That's dope. That's dope. What advice can you give to somebody that's like looking at Lil Sosa and like, man, it happened so fast for her. Right. I want to do it. What kind of advice can you give to that person they want to do this music shit? This shit hard.
It's hard. You know what I mean? You have to wake up every day and be an artist. Right. And you gonna have days where you feel like you don't want to do it. You gonna have days where you feel like you can't do it. Right. But like Rihanna said, what do you do when you feel like you can't do shit? You fake it. That's dope. Like, you just have to keep telling yourself that you can do it. Right. You gotta believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody is gonna believe in you.
So how you moving out here? Can you just go to the Wellington Mall now, like, without everybody saying, yo, is it crazy yet, or is people still just like, because they knew you before that it's cool?
It's like medium, you know. It's always kind of been like that. Gotcha. But right now, it's
because you always had good pictures, right?
Yeah, I mean, before it was like, oh, I know you from Instagram. You're that Sophia girl. Right. Now it's more like, oh, Lil So good. I like your music. That's dope. It's different. It's a different approach. Gotcha. But yeah, I try to hide. So I put a hoodie on, glasses, and a mask, and I'm like. And they're like, Lil So-So. I'm like, God damn. How the fuck did you see me?
That's dope, though. So, like, how you adjust to, like, I guess you always had it. How you deal with, like, now that you're an artist, you open yourself up to, like, criticism and critiques and, like, the trolls and or you just like, yo, fuck that.
I don't care.
You good.
Since I was younger, I've always had people, like, saying stuff about me. And, I, you know, before I used to wonder, like, why, like, I ain't do nothing to y'all. But now I see, like, sometimes life, you know, put you through shit to prepare you for your future. So before I'm like, damn, people bullying me on Instagram, people posting me. That's how I kept getting more. Like, y'all really making fun of me, but y'all giving me followers and shit.
Free promotion.
Free promo. They was like, oh, she thinks she this, she thinks she that. She fighting, she ghetto, she dirty. You know, people just hating. Don't even know me on Instagram and shit. Yeah. And, like, people lying on their dick. Oh, I fucked her. I'm like, no, you didn't. Oh, she a hoe. Who fucked me? That? Who fucked me? Oh, nobody. No, that's it. That was annoying, but now I see it's because now I got more criticism. Now I make music, so you just gotta not give a fuck.
So now that you, like, I would say you in this industry. Yeah. Is it what you thought it was gonna be?
No.
Or do you get in it and you like, this all is a fucking one big reality show?
It's very different from what I thought.
Gotcha.
It's very technical. Everything is very, like, you know, put together. A lot of the shit be phony, but that's part of the game. So, I mean, you just gotta make sure you stay real and just keep being yourself.
Do you wake up and feel like some days I just want to be Sophia, I don't want to be Lil So-So? Do you feel like you gotta turn that on sometimes?
I have my days where I wake up and I'm just Sophia.
Gotcha.
When I'm a mom, when I'm in my PJs, I'm cooking for my baby, I go to the park. Okay. Those are my days where I just am me, and I soak it all in. You know what I mean?
What's your background?
I'm Colombian.
Colombian. I love Colombia. Shout out to all my people out in Barion that be showing me love. Cali, I love Colombia.
I love it.
It was one of my, I had a client that had the biggest, like, glass manufacturing company is in Barion.
Really?
It's like 1 million square foot warehouse. Damn. And they flew us out. And I fell in love with Colombia.
I love Colombia.
Fuck Miami. I'm like,
make you want to move to Colombia when you go.
I got a couple homies that just was like, yo, my cost of living in Colombia, I'll stay there 6 months out of the year and then come back to South Florida. I'm like, damn,
it's so cheap.
I can't get my wife to fucking move, man. She won't go, man. So, Colombian, that's different.
Yeah, it's a little different.
So you can cook.
I can cook.
You said you cook. Like, I'm being a mom, I'm cooking. What's So-So cooking? What you whipping up?
I cook the
If I say So-So, let me cook me one of those meals that.
I don't know. I cook like the basics.
What's the basics? Give me the basics.
Like, I can make some chicken and rice and beans. Okay. That's it.
That's all we're getting.
Salmon, mashed potatoes, you know, some broccoli.
So you could cook, you just not chefing it up.
Yeah, I'm not chefing it. Like, you're not gonna see little designs and but I'll put some chicken on there.
I got you. How much pressure is it to, like, be an artist, you think? Like, not just the music, because I tell people, like, the music is literally like 10% of this music.
Yeah, everything else is
business,
is your pictures,
brand, your brand, your social media, like.
It's everything.
Do you just be like, I'm fucking, this is a lot?
No, because I like to do it.
You was doing it kind of, you just added music to
I just added music to what I do already. That's like, dope. I was already doing shoots. I was already being in videos. I was already hanging around people who made music and who was already making money. You know what I'm saying? So it was like nothing really too new. Instead, I just started making music, like you said. So. It's fun. It's fun being artists.
Your favorite rapper, you said right now, you gonna say Kodak, right?
Yes. I love Kodak.
And So Kodak is at, shout out A2F Studios. Kodak is at A2F. Like, I never seen nobody work like Kodak. Kodak get a lot of slack.
Right.
He works.
Right.
Like,
they don't put enough respect on
he's
Kodak.
in the studio like 12 hours and leaves for 2 hours and says, yo, I want to book another session. And I'm just like, he work.
Right. That boy can make 5 albums in one night.
So a So Kodak collab gotta happen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure Mel can make this happen. If anybody can make this happen, it's gonna happen. So we got the mixtape coming. It's done, and you already on to more new music.
New music coming for sure.
Because I can't even really think from anybody. Like when I think Palm Beach County artists,
it's hard. Yeah.
I met one artist from Palm Beach County by the name of Psycho.
Oh yeah, Psycho. I've heard of him.
I met Psycho a few years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and he was one of the ones that he was kind of bubbling. And then I haven't heard from Psycho in a while, but you like, that's some pressure on you to be the face of Palm Beach County now,
put Palm Beach on the map.
Oh my gosh.
Got to.
That's
Got
dope.
to. There's not a lot of, I feel like there is a lot of artists, but they're not like who you would think, like not rappers.
Give me some names of somebody that I might not have heard of, but you know.
Ariana Grande. She
Boca,
from Palm
right?
Beach.
You right, she from Boca.
But she from the other side.
Yeah,
like,
that gated
the
shit.
Gated community.
Like that.
Like we from
that golf membership shit.
Yeah, like we from
of
the
course.
other side where there's rats jumping in the dumpsters.
Facts. My
Baby
first
daddy's
apartment
banging
when
on the
I
door.
moved here was a place called, God, what was the name of St. Andrews?
Oh, I lived in St. Andrews.
Right off Belvedere and Benoist Farms Road.
Yes.
I had a 1-bedroom apartment. I paid $625 a month, bro.
Yes.
And it was fucking cops in my neighborhood every day.
I actually got shot at in that neighborhood before.
Oh
I swear to God.
Really?
Yes.
St. Andrews, get it together, please. Please, man. You got two bad reviews sitting here right now.
Reviews. Somebody on my live today was like, didn't you used to live in St. Andrews? I'm like,
I'm telling people that shit, right?
I'm like, that fucking neighborhood sucks, okay?
Damn, St. Andrews. Nah,
St.
but
Andrews, shake my head. That shit was great.
leave us with one thing that we don't know about So. Like, one thing nobody would know, like, do you sew on the weekends? You got a stamp collection. Like, what's one thing you do that nobody wouldn't expect?
I don't know. I'm very open. Like,
open?
There's a lot.
Like, if I be like, well, what you do that nobody know? And you tell me, yo, man, I do horseback riding and some shit out Wellington.
I don't know.
Because we know it's not cooked. You said you do the basic thing with the cooking.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't know. Let me think.
What's your hobby? Like, what you do for fun?
Make music.
Make music. That's it.
Shit, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Making music in Bel Air, man. That's what we in there, yo.
That's what I like to do.
I am your host, Barion McQueen. We just wrapped up a dope interview with Lil So, man. She definitely changing the game. So make sure you tune into our podcast every Sunday, 12 p.m. We definitely gonna drop this. We gonna look out for the music.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this Wu-Tang record.
Yes,
and I know the video gonna be crazy because the visuals is crazy.
Oh yeah, the video.
And make sure y'all follow her on all her social medias. We're going to tag her and everything. And thank you.
Thank you. Cheers to that.
Cheers to Lil So.
To being the first person to give him a drink on this podcast.
That's a fact.